Welcome, friends, to the Girl Mom Podcast. This is Kari Kimpakis, your host. Today's episode is a super important message. In fact, of all the messages I've created for teenage girls, I think this may be one of the most crucial because of the massive impact that a bad dating relationship can have on a girl's life and self-esteem. As a woman here in midlife, I see a lot of hard and ugly divorces, and it's been my observation that many of the worst situations involve a husband who is narcissistic and mentally or emotionally abusive. It breaks my heart that any female has to go through that pain and heartache, yet seeing how common this dynamic is has changed the way that I parent my daughters and talk to them about dating and marriage. Nobody seems to warn teenage girls about narcissists or mentally and emotionally abusive relationships, but we should, because the warning signs are there if you know what to look for. In fact, when I posted on my Instagram stories about working on this article, and I asked anyone with personal experience to share their stories anonymously if they were willing, I was floored with the response and surprised to see that the common thread in every email, from college girls to grown women, is how they all said the red flags were obvious, yet they ignored them or dismissed them. A huge thank you to everyone who contributed to this message, and also to the women who are passionate about teaching their daughters and other girls when to stay and when to leave a bad relationship. My hope is that by educating girls up front to be smart in their dating choices, we can help prevent some small dating mistakes from turning into big dating mistakes. So send this episode to your daughter or listen to it with your daughter and continue the conversation about what healthy dating looks like. Thanks for tuning in today and enjoy the show. I thought that my friend was the luckiest girl in the world. I didn't say it out loud, but I was jealous that her boyfriend of 3 weeks did more for her birthday than my boyfriend of 2 years. We were sorority sisters, and our shared birthday fell during rush. On this particular year, her new boyfriend went big, sending to our sorority house dozens of roses and a huge birthday banner that covered the entire staircase. It was a grand and splashy gesture that made hundreds of girls simultaneously swoon. As a naive 20-something-year-old, I thought he was madly in love with my friend. What I realize now, especially given how they broke up soon after, was that he probably did it for attention and showed signs of being a narcissist. Nobody warns girls about narcissists, yet they should. Why? Because narcissists are rampant in today's world. They look like Prince Charming at first, which makes it really easy to fool a girl with little life experience. And in the worst divorces I see, the husband shows signs of narcissism and mental or emotional abuse. I wouldn't wish the torment on any girl, and that's why our daughters need education on how to notice the signs early. When I asked my Instagram friends for help with this article, the responses floored me. Women eagerly share their experiences to help today's girls. In every email I got, in fact, one theme emerged. They all said, the red flags were there, yet I ignored them. Many women added, I could have saved myself years of heartache if I just trusted my instincts and that first red flag. As females, we often tell ourselves we're crazy, or we let others tell us we're crazy, or we make excuses for people we love. But God gave us instincts, intuition, and the Holy Spirit for a purpose. And the more we listen to our inner radar, the stronger it gets. In his best-selling book, The Gift of Fear, author Gavin de Becker says the best way to stay safe is to spot the subtle signs of danger before trouble or violence ever happens. His big message is this: trust your gut, don't suppress your intuition, and don't worry about hurting a stranger's feelings. So, what are the red flags of a narcissist or a guy who may be mentally or emotionally abusive? Everyone is different, and everyone's story is different, but here are some common clues to pay attention to. Number 1, he seems perfect at first. No guy begins as controlling or abusive because what girl would ever stay? Instead, a narcissist tends to start off charming, strong, and even too good to be true. He'll spoil you, obsess over you, and make you feel phenomenal. He may mirror you too, repeating your life goals so that you think you've met your soulmate. Winning you over through effusive compliments, fancy dinners, gifts, extravagant gestures, etc., slowly grooms you to trust him. By making you feel more loved, special, and understood than ever before, he creates a dynamic where you crave his praise and want to keep pleasing him. Here's your gut check for that. Value character over charisma. Who is this guy behind closed doors? Was his lavish public display for you or to make himself look good? How does he react when things don't go his way or when you tell him no? Number 2, he moves too fast, too soon. I have a friend who married a narcissist who proposed to her after only dating for 1 month. She said she didn't have time to see the red flags, and when they started to emerge during the wedding planning process, she felt like it was too late to say anything. On her honeymoon, he turned on her, yelling at her in a rage and showing a completely new side of himself. This is common because narcissism often escalates once they think they own you. Your gut check on this is, beware of a guy in a rush to get serious, a guy who opens up faster or more deeply than normal. You may feel special and chosen, but this actually creates codependency. Anyone can be perfect short term, so build trust slowly over time. Also, don't believe declarations of love and forever from a guy who barely knows you. Number 3, a narcissist cares a lot about his image. Many narcissists end up in powerful jobs. They may be CEOs, doctors, lawyers, etc. They're good at curating a stellar image and can sometimes know everyone. Narcissists who live in the upper-class world are more likely to be emotionally or mentally abusive than physically abusive because that doesn't leave marks. In public, he may put on a good show, but in private, he may yell at you, critique you, pull your hair, grab your arm, tell you how to dress and wear your hair, or get mad at you for anything that makes him look like a bad person or less than perfect. One narcissist I know made his family take their Christmas card picture in front of a huge home his company was building to make it look like their home. He would drive his family 30 minutes across town for dinner to be seen in an affluent area. He drove a huge fancy car while his wife had no car. He was all about his image. Your gut check on this is, look deeper than a guy's upbringing, appearance, family, education, job, salary, public behavior, or even his claim to be a Christian. Just because he checks the boxes or even serves in ministry doesn't mean he's a good catch. Instead, look for humility and the fruit of the Holy Spirit. Number 4, he creates division in your relationships. This point is huge because good relationships draw you closer to the people who love you most, like your family and friends. Bad relationships create division. I once met a man who told his daughters, if a boy ever tries to come between you and God, he wasn't sent by God. And it's true. A good guy will inspire the best version of you. He'll strengthen your faith in your closest relationships. A narcissist will make you feel isolated, insecure, and guilty for wanting to be with anyone but him. Your gut check on this is, remember that an abusive guy only wants you listening to him. He'll cut you off from your support system by demanding all your time and attention, dissing your friends, telling you to lie to your parents, or saying he's the only one who really knows you. In marriage, he may move you away from your support system so that nobody can raise concerns or help you leave. Feeling trapped makes you stay. Number 5, a 5th way to recognize the red flags of a narcissist is that he has anger issues. A narcissist doesn't like to lose, look inferior, or be told no. He will never admit that he is wrong. And when life doesn't go his way, his reaction can be scary. What starts as a friendly argument with you, for instance, may soon turn into yelling or rage. If you ace the LSAT and he fails it, he may get super sarcastic or insult you in front of his friends. He may be impressed with your athletic skills until you beat him in a game of basketball. Punishment to you may look like the silent treatment, withdrawal, or turning on you fast. Your gut check on this is, remember that a guy who scares you with his words or anger or makes you walk on eggshells will only get worse with time. If you marry him, you're putting yourself and your future children in danger. Cut ties early before he feels like he owns you and feels rage over losing you. Number 6, his angry outbursts are usually followed with a sad story. A narcissist will flip his anger into a sad story to invoke sympathy, saying things like, I'm sorry I yelled, my mom has cancer and I'm just worried, or my parents hate me and want to send me to a boarding school, or you can't leave me, I have no reason to live without you. He may show extra emotion or apologize profusely through tears when he's scared about losing you. Girls who are caring, empathetic, eager to please, quick to forgive, and quick to show grace make vulnerable prey. They may overlook bad behavior as they overrelate with the hurt part of the abuser. Narcissists often target the tender-hearted girls because they will try harder to make things work, sometimes to their own demise. Your gut check on this is, don't accept tears or anguish about an unrelated personal issue as an excuse for verbal or mental abuse. Don't let a manipulator play on your tender heart. Don't stay just because you feel sorry for him. There is a difference between a mistake and a major character flaw. And if a boy is toxic, setting boundaries with you protects your ability to live out God's plan for you. For more on this, I highly recommend reading the Boundaries books. Number 7, a 7th sign of a narcissist is at times the truth will hit you. You will know deep down that he is a mistake. In random moments of clarity, you'll know that something is off. These moments may come when you're away from him, when you have a sudden epiphany like, that is not the father of my children, or when you're scared of what may happen if you stay. Rather than push these clues down, take time to reflect on them. Trust your instincts and inner radar. Your gut check on this is, you should not settle for less than you deserve or ever feel like it's too late to walk away. The right guy will give you a sense of peace, not unease, and make you want to stay. Number 8, a narcissist will play mind games, keep you on a roller coaster, and change your personality for the worse. Your teacher may ask if everything's okay because you don't smile as much as you used to. Your parents may say, "Sweetie, this isn't you," as you cry over your boyfriend's texts. You may spend more time alone in your room, isolated from your friends. And what should be a happy night, like being on homecoming court, may end in tears as he whispers to you as you're walking out to be presented that you look bad in your dress and have on too much makeup. A narcissist will also gaslight you. He'll turn on you and then turn on the praise to create confusion and codependency. In therapy, codependency is often described through the frog story. It goes, if you put a frog into a pot of boiling water, he'll jump out immediately. But if you put a frog into a pot of lukewarm water and gradually increase the heat until it's boiling, he'll stay in the pot and die. Likewise, girls often adapt as relationships get worse, and they forget that they have the power to leave. Your gut check on this is, even strong, capable, and accomplished girls can be broken down through mental and verbal abuse. A narcissist will strip you of your courage, your voice, your identity, your self-esteem, and your strength. He may orchestrate really extreme highs, like an extravagant gift, to compensate for extreme lows. Don't be fooled by his sweet or sensitive side, and don't stay in a relationship that makes you a shell of your former self. Number 9, he's jealous and controlling. A narcissist just wants to control you, and to avoid conflict or make him happy, you may accommodate him, but that only makes him worse. He's likely to comment a lot on your appearance. He'll critique your hair, your clothes, and anything he doesn't like. He'll try to control your relationships too, begging you to switch seats in biology because he's jealous of your lab partner, forbidding you to talk to your best guy friends, blowing up your phone when his friends see you talking to a guy at the pizzeria, or texting you when you're with your friends to say, if you really love me, you'll leave your friends and come hang out with me. Technology makes it worse as he tracks where you are. Before long, you may feel paranoid to talk to anyone who might trigger your boyfriend. You'll lose your sense of friendship with girlfriends and center your life around him. Your gut check on this is, remember that you are your own person and you need independence. Don't let any boy be your dictator or mistake his control as a sign of love or caring. Some guys who act protective are actually taking away your freedom and encapsulating you. Number 10, a 10th way to recognize the red flags of a narcissist is to know that he criticizes you, belittles you, or makes you feel dumb. A narcissist can dish criticism, but he cannot take it. Initially, you may like his passionate personality as he plans fun or thoughtful dates, but soon enough you'll doubt yourself as he dismisses your opinions, makes you feel incompetent, and gives you no say over decisions. Your gut check on this is, remember that a guy worth having will value your opinions, listen to you, build your confidence, and see you as more than just a beautiful girl who makes him look good. Number 11, a narcissist will guilt trip you and make you feel responsible for his mistake. I know one girl who says that her high school boyfriend blamed her when he cheated. He called her crying and admitted that he had done something terrible. He said he had hooked up with another girl, but then he insisted that it wasn't his fault because the girl came on strong to him, and she was willing to do things with him that his girlfriend wouldn't do due to strict physical boundaries that she had set. Your gut check on this is to know that his mistake is never your fault. Don't let a boy mess with your mind, guilt you into forgiving him, or distort reality. When a boy shifts blame to you, lies, cheats, or tries to turn the table on you as you question him or call him out on a lie, don't just walk away, run. Healthy people take responsibility for their words and actions. Number 12, your family and friends don't like them. Most likely, someone in your life will see the red flags if you're dating a narcissist. You'll probably get angry if they express concern. Trust the people who've been in your life far longer than any boy. And when multiple people who you're close to get the same funny vibe about your boyfriend, or when the situation gets so bad that your parents forbid you to see him, it's time to really listen. Your gut check on this is, those who know you best love you best. They're willing to upset you to keep you from making a life-altering mistake. Ask yourself if what they say, or part of what they say, aligns with what you feel deep down, chances are it will. In summary, dating is tricky, and when it's your first relationship, you don't know what normal is. You don't have a good relationship to compare a bad relationship to, and you're unsure of how to handle a breakup. So give yourself grace if you do choose the wrong guy. Learn from it, move on, and do not waste the lessons, because as many happily married women can tell you, the wrong guys offer clarity on what you don't want and what you refuse to put up with. They inspire you to find the exact opposite of what you just left. So notice the red flags of a relationship and learn how healthy relationships work. Keep in mind these pointers. All that glitters is not gold, and character matters more than charisma. The best guys bring out the best version of you. Fear is never a good reason to stay, and neither is desperation. The longer you stay, the harder it is to leave. Cut ties early and let people help you when you don't feel strong enough to leave on your own. Infatuation can blind you, so listen when the people you trust voice concern over your boyfriend. God speaks through instincts, intuition, and discernment. Trust your gut when you sense that a boy is leading you down a path that doesn't align with God's will for your life. Know your worth and find your identity in Jesus so you don't settle for less than you deserve. Finally, if you run as fast as you can toward God, the right guy will come up alongside you. You'll look over one day and see him, and he'll have to run harder just to get to you. Choose the guy who's running the same race as you. One Instagram friend who shared stories to help me write this message said that she hadn't seen her abusive ex for 10 years, and then she saw him one day at the airport at 5 o'clock in the morning while waiting at the gate with her new husband to fly to their honeymoon. It felt like a fitting bookend, and I agree. While not all stories have a tidy conclusion, it's a good reminder of what the future can hold. You never know what may be waiting for you on the other side of a bad relationship thanks to the unforgettable lessons that you learn. Friends, thank you so much for tuning in today. I am really grateful to have you here. And if you enjoyed the show, please follow the Girl Mom Podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen and leave a ratings or review so others can find these messages too. Also, please remember to pre-order my new book for moms, written for girl moms and for boy moms, that releases April 5th. The book is called More Than a Mom: How Prioritizing Your Wellness Helps You and Your Family Thrive. And this book is all about taking care of your inner wellness and letting your children witness your journey to become the best version of you. You can find the link to this book and my other books in the show notes. Thanks again for your support, and have a great day.